fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage. Routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommé au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage. Routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommé au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. « 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage. Routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommé au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. « 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage. Routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommé au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. « 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage. Routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommé au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. « 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage, routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommé au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. Aujourd'hui, demain et pour les 100 prochaines années, Valrhona fera rayonner la vallée du Rhône et le chocolat. 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage, routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients.
So, dah kenyang ke? Dah lunch? Dah makan semua? Ni tadi pagi tak ada kan? So, baru sampai so, dah makan dah? So, kalau korang tahu kita punya brand hari ni collab dengan Valrhona seperti yang di depan sana. So kita, Chef Arif from Valrhona, so Valrhona lah. So dia akan share resepi dan buat demo live. So harap enjoy dengan this class. Any question boleh terus tanya about teknik, about product, anything lah. So Chef.
Dah start je?
Ya, boleh start. Kita dah on live ni.
Oh, okay. Video.
Video. Video, please, video. Sekejap videonya tak jumpa jalan. Macam tak tekan play je. Oh, okay dah. Okay.
Watch the video.
Ada duduk. Tengok TV dulu
Allah.
1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930. 1922, il y a 100 ans, dans cette vallée traversée par le Rhône, où la gastronomie et les vins français s'épanouissent, naissait Valrhona. Albéric Guironnet, fils de pâtissier installé à Tain-l'Hermitage, achète une ancienne menuiserie qu'il transforme en manufacture de chocolat. La chocolaterie du Vivarais voit le jour. Il torréfie lui-même les fèves de cacao qu'il importe alors d'Afrique, voyage régulièrement à l'étranger vanter les mérites de ses chocolats et de sa région. Bientôt, toute l'Europe et les pays du Maghreb succombent à ses créations. Le fondateur de Valrhona est visionnaire. Pour faire la promotion de ses chocolats, Albéric Guironnet ouvre en 1930 le cabaret du Vivarais. Situé en face de la chocolaterie, ce lieu de restauration et de fête attire les gens de passage, routiers, touristes et artistes de l'époque. L'adresse obtiendra même une étoile au guide Michelin. En 2020, le lieu mythique renaît. En son sein, l'explorateur pâtissier Frédéric Beau fait de nouveau rêver les clients. Toujours ancrée dans sa région, la maison change de nom. À la disparition du fondateur en 1947, l'entrepreneur Albert Gonnet reprend la chocolaterie et la renomme alors Valrhona, avec un accent, comme la vallée du Rhône qu'il aimait tant. Renommée au gré des repreneurs, c'est en 1984, sur les conseils avisés de Robert Lynx, que l'industriel Jean-Noël Bongrain acquiert la maison proche de la faillite et scelle son destin. Son esprit visionnaire en fait une référence auprès des plus grands chefs. Valrhona, sans accent cette fois, part à la conquête du grand public. L'étendard régional devient international. En 2013, Valrhona ouvre la Cité du Chocolat. Ces 2000 m² accolés à la chocolaterie historique proposent une expérience sensorielle unique pour faire découvrir au public tout l'univers du chocolat. Des plantations de cacao aux créations des plus grands chefs. Plus de 140 000 visiteurs s'y pressent chaque année. Aujourd'hui,
welcome everyone. Thank you for coming. Some of you are familiar from this morning, so I'm not gonna.
1, 2, 3.
There's a few. So I'm not gonna talk so much again about the company, but for the benefit of the ones that did not come just now, I'll just give a brief introduction about the company. As you can see, before, just now I had a participant in the group who was a bit more conservative and shy about asking questions to me because they were fearful that I do not converse in Malay. Saya boleh cakap Melayu. Kalau ada apa-apa soalan dalam bahasa Melayu, tanya je lah. I'm duolingo. I can speak both. So if you have any questions at all, just a few things to take note. Number one, please stop me and ask me the questions because this is your opportunity to do so. At any point at all, there's something that you need clarification atau benda yang perlu dijelaskan buat kali kedua, saya boleh jelaskan. If there's any point I'm going a bit too fast, raise your hand and I can go slow or repeat whatever it is that I said just now. Okay, besides that, I would need your attention for the class. If you have anything that you need to attend to, like a phone call and all that, I would highly appreciate it if you would take it outside. You can take all the photos and videos that you want, it's fine. If you are wanting to go back to what I said, I think they have it on their Facebook, so you can always go back and check. Or not, you can post the questions on their Facebook account and they can ask me, or you can approach me directly afterwards. I am more than happy to answer your queries. Right, so my name is Arif. I am from École Valrhona, actually. So that means Valrhona School. We have 4 schools in the world. One in Tain-l'Hermitage, which is nearby Lyon. It's about 45 minutes. One in Paris. One in Tokyo. And the other one is in Brooklyn. I belong to the Asia Pacific team, so I report to Tokyo, technical wise. So, and I am the Valrhona School representative for Southeast Asia. So if you have any queries at all within this region, I am the guy you want to ask. Right, so moving on. I'm from Valrhona School and I'm supposed to answer all your Valrhona questions and your chocolate questions, even if it's not Valrhona as well. Right, so let's focus on what we're going to do today. This morning I made a very simple thing, which is a sablé or a small cookie. This afternoon we're going to make something slightly more complex, but it's actually very doable even to anybody, regardless of whatever skill level, because there's not much complexities, especially executing the recipes that I'm about to share. So this recipe will have a couple of elements. If you want to know how it tastes like, actually outside at the buffet there is that thing. It looks like a white cloud with a red dot on it, so that's why we call it the opalis cloud. Okay, so now let's talk about it. And I will try to illustrate it over here. So I don't know if you are aware on how to do things. For me personally, and what is highly encouraged among all of the people inside our industry is we need to compose the ideas of what we want to make. So the first thing is you want to compose the idea. You need to feel that what you're doing makes sense to your organization, one. So it has to have a certain kind of theme too. And number three, if you want to do this, the first thing you have to do is you have to actually illustrate it. You have to draw. So how I do it is every time I will draw whatever I want to do first, and then I will see whether it makes sense. So in anything that you want to do, first things first, you have to have a base. So for me, the base is over here. Is it? Can you see it? Yes. So inside the base, there's a couple of elements. I will talk to you about it. Right? And then after that, for my thing, I have the cream. It's actually a whipped ganache. And then in between that, there's a gel. Okay? And I will decorate it with some stuff over here, and then there will be some kind of a leaf over here. So that's how I will illustrate things. And the first question every time, especially for people with businesses, is it suitable for whatever that you're doing? Number one. And number two, when you want to talk about it, you have to think about if it's suitable, number one. Number two, because we are situated in Malaysia, you need to understand the concept of temperature very, very clearly. For those of you who have businesses who do a lot of catering and things like that, not everything that you do in your shop is applicable for outside catering. So like whatever that I'm doing here today, now, this thing, it's definitely not a garden party kind of product. Why? It'll melt. So if you want to do something like this, it's supposed to be something indoor that has air conditioning, ideally. Alright? So that's always the thing that I would highly encourage everybody to do before they compose something. First, what's it for? Where is it going to be served? When is it going to be served? Who is eating? These are very, very important things to consider even before you do something. You know, so like, for example, for this, I'm like, okay, I'm doing a Foodtap event. I know Hoy because I've been here a couple of times and have a decent relationship with them, so I know the air conditioning is not bad. It's okay. And I know who's eating is people who are quite interested in the pastry world, you know. But at the same time, when are they going to be eating? Throughout the whole day. So if you see the ones that I display out there, when you finish it, they will actually have to pipe fresh ones to put it out. It's not being pre-piped outside. So that's always the case. Because I want them to have the best experience at all times. So once you have everything like this in your mind, you already done that, then you can do the next step of illustrating what you need to do. So for what we're making, under here is the base, which is what we call a pressed sablé. My handwriting is not the best, but is it clear? Boleh baca ke? Boleh ya? If not, it's in the recipe lah. Okay, and over here is what we call whipped ganache. Over here is what we call the gel. And this one is the crispy strawberry. And there's a mint leaf. Sorry. There you go. So now after I illustrate it in my head, I was like, okay, this is red, this is white, this is dark, slightly darker red, and there's green. Everything makes sense. Now I will start to do the recipe. So all the time, please, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot stress enough that everything has to complement each other. Okay, if you see the products that I made today, from me personally, there's 5. There's the financier, which is the mango thing, if you try it. There's this one. There's the cookie. There's the drink. And there's the chocolate cake. All of them does not replicate in texture at all. They all taste differently. So you need to compose things like this. Oh, okay, the textures are not the same. One. Number two, the lightness is not the same as well. This one is very light. The dark chocolate cake is a bit more heavier. The chewiness is different, and certain things are crispy. So this is how you compose things. So the symphony is there. It's like a story. Yes, I know it sounds overtly romantic, but it's very, very important, especially when you want to do a function for anybody actually. So that way, it will give you the significant look of you're not the same. So you don't want to repeat your elements a couple of times, because if you do that, then people will get bored. If you were to put all 5 of my things on the plate, by the end of the 5th one, that's a complete dessert plate for you. You don't need to eat anything else, if you were to do that. You're like, okay, because everything is between the range of 30 to 50 grams, nothing more. If you go more than 50 grams per piece, you're talking about 50, 50, 50, 50, that's 250 grams of sweets. You're not going to eat anything else after that. So that's why it's very important to always compose things this way. If you have like afternoon tea, tier, you know, you want to give it to someone, they want to have with the scones, with the sandwich and all that, please, nothing more than 50 grams per piece. Scale it, because if it is, people are going to get bored, and when people get bored, what's going to happen is they're going to judge you like that, quickly. Why? Like I said, like I would like to explain to everyone, and this is a very important thing you need to take note, that whenever you eat something, if there's so much of it, you're going to reach to a point where you already, you know what, let's illustrate this. Okay, let's talk about graphs. So there you go. This one is amount. This one is satisfaction. Alright? Every time when you eat, if you're hungry or you want to eat, the more you eat, the graph is going to go higher lah. So more bites, more satisfied. More bites, more satisfied. It comes to a point you cannot eat anymore. You're full. So this is the paling bahagia lah here, right? What's going to happen if you eat more? Yes. So you're going to start to feel, aku dah kenyang tapi ada lagi ni kat atas plate ni, tak habis lagi ni. If I'm not the sharing kind, it's worse. Now I feel like I bought something with a certain amount of value, and I'm like, I kena habiskan, right? Generally lah, or else it's not worth your money, what? Right? So then you're gonna eat more, and then from here everything is gonna go downhill. Why? Because have you ever been full and someone gave you more food? You're not gonna be happy, right? So the thing is, the key is, it's not about the amount of food, it's the amount of satisfaction that you're going to get. And please, ladies and gentlemen, bear in mind that I am selling chocolates, sweet things. This is not rice. You know, it's going to come to a point of time you're going to go like, whoa, 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 too much, too much, too much. You know, so as it's going down, that's when your reputation as businesses will go down as well. They're going to go like, it's nice. It's like this. The easiest example that I can give you is buffet restaurants. Okay, please bear in mind, buffet restaurants, right? Everything you can eat, so much. Even if you give every station is the best in the world also, after 2 or 3 stations, you're going to go like, oh, it's kenyang. And then in the end, what's the most common reaction to buffet restaurants? Okay lah. Am I right? Was it nice? Okay lah, worth it lah, the seafood banyak ah. But that's it. Why? Because there's only X amount of satisfaction that you can reach. After that, it's going to go down. So where we want to be as far as portion control is, we want to be somewhere around here. That's where we want to be. We want them wanting more. And again, just to, because I have a bit of time so we can explain this. You want them there because you want them to try other stuff. You want them to try other things, not just one thing. So you already want them with your cookies, for example. You want them to try the cake. You want them to try the drink. You want to try the other stuff, the mousse, the whatever. If they are already full, do you think they're going to try other stuff? No. So of course, you want something that you want to reach just here. And by the time you finish all these 5 things, everybody's going to be happy. I go out of the restaurant. I am full, but I'm not stuffed. I can still do things. I'm like, okay. And someone asks you, so how was it? It's not bad, eh? That's a good sign. Would you come again? Yes. And there are other factors like pricing and all that, but this is not that kind of demo. So I'm just going to explain to that point as far as portion is concerned. Okay, that's why my thing is not huge. So if you try this cloud thing, 1, 2 bite, done. That's it. And then you can move on already. I want to try this. I want to try the croissant. I want to try the cookie. I want to whatever. You know? Okay. So there you go. A bit of introduction about how to compose things. Now let's talk about the product, where I actually am selling something. Okay, so what kind of chocolates that we're using today? We're going to use 2 mainly. One is called the Opalis, and the other one is called the Inspiration Raspberry. What on earth are these things? And at the same time, retail-wise, this is very expensive. Mahal. 3 kilos, we're looking at 700, I think. Goodness gracious me, why so expensive? Well, I have the answers for you. Well, number one is because of the cocoa prices, but we're not going to go there anymore. That has been explained in the morning. Number 2 is because it's a special product. So when I want to talk about the first one, this is an Opali 33%. What does that mean? Well, very simple. 33% of it is cocoa butter, and the rest, which is 66% of it. 67%. That's what I said. It's smart. 67% of it is actually milk powder, sugar. Sometimes there's lecithin involved, and vanilla, depending on the range. That's what it means. So 33% cocoa butter, 67% everything else. So does it, if I want a very strong chocolatey taste, I will never advocate for white chocolate. I'll use something darker or milk. But this one is milky and white. The other product, what differs is, this one is similar like this, but if you can see, it doesn't say percentage. What is the product inside actually? Well, this one actually is similar to white chocolate, right? I will just put X lah, double X. X is cocoa butter, and the rest is actually 2 main things. Number 1 is called sugar, and number 2 is fruit powder. What is fruit powder? Like I said this morning, powder from fruit. Thank you. So, so actually, what makes it special is the fruit powder that we get is made from frozen dried fruits. Means the fruit has been frozen dried, so it doesn't heat up. So we turn it into a powder, and from that we will incorporate with sugar and also the cocoa butter. So what you are consuming actually has no milk inside at all, and whatever color that you see is the natural color of the product. All right. So because of that, that's also why it's I wouldn't say expensive, I would say valuable. So let's just change our vocabulary a bit. So we don't go for cost, we go for value. All right, so that's how we market ourselves. So it's not that costs a lot, no, that's worth a lot. So it's worth a lot. Okay, so when we talk about that, it's very important to take note. Like I said, purposeful usage beats everything else. Like I said, the initial investment of 700 ringgit, example, you're not gonna sell it for RM1, you know. So of course you can work the cost within your team. Right. Now we understand the 2 chocolates that we are using. All right. Any questions about the 2 chocolates? Yes, yes, no, no, nope, no question. I would ask a question. I would want to know how it tastes like. Aren't you curious? You don't know how it tastes? Do you know how it tastes like? This one? Sir? No? Do you? You don't? Do you want to try? Yes, we do. Can we give them samples? Yes, we can. We will do so in a short bit. Yes. Dark chocolate. No, we're not using dark. This one is 70%, but we're not using it for our recipe right now. We're using these 2. Okay? So later, one of my kind colleagues from Hoi will give you a sample. No? Yes? No? Can we pass around to try? Ada ke? Tak ada. Nantilah. Okay, fine. Never mind. Let's try it later. So let's move on. What is inside this? Yeah. Boleh? Okay. Can? Okay, so before some of you don't know, the kind gentleman that's walking out is Mr. Tiger. He's assisting me today. So you can also ask him what's up. All right. So now, moving on. What is inside here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4 elements actually. So the first thing we are going to make is we are going to make the base. How do we make the base? All right. Oh, you know what? This is very important. Do you know what a tart is? A tart. Tahu? Apa itu tart? Apa tart? Apa tart? Tepung, gula-gula. Tepung, okay. So basically the base right now I'm using is actually a tart base. But it's deconstructed. But I don't like that term a lot because it's been played too much. So what we do is, inside the base, I'm going to make a tart base. I'm going to bake it, crush it, and I'm going to mix it with something else. So that's the base. It's actually a tart. Ta-da! Interesting, right? Okay, so, apa? What are we looking for? Okay. All right, so first things first. What's inside my tart base? Thank you, Yana. All right, should be okay. So inside the tart base, I have plain flour. Over here, it's called cookies flour. Okay? It's from wheat. Berapa harga dia? Tak ingat. So kita ada 2. Okay, or plain flour. Anything will do. You can buy the, what's the brand you use down there? Sauh Sauh ke? Cap sauh ke? Plain flour? Tak pasti. Rose ke? Tak.
Tapi kita ada
Baker's Choice. Yes. Baker's Choice, Rose, Blue Key, my choice. The choice. At Hoi. The choice. Alright, so that one is the flour. We have icing sugar. The sugar that is powdered with a bit of starch. Okay? How much starch? Depends on the manufacturer. 3 to 5% sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes they use potato, sometimes they use cornstarch. That's what icing sugar is. Why is there starch inside icing sugar? Because you don't want it to become rocks. That's all. In Japan, it's a bit annoying because they don't have this. They only have powder sugar. Means the sugar powder, and it's always like rocks. It's very annoying, believe me. Everyone there hates it, but they still do it. I don't know why. Okay, and then I have almond powder, or ground almond flour, almond powder. Also, they sell downstairs at Hoi. There is 250 gram, 100 gram. 500 gram, 1 kilo, 3 kilo. There you go. Where does it come from? The US. No. Really? Yeah. From California.
Dia tahu tau.
California. Nanti I pakai Hawaii t-shirt. Alright. And then we have sea salt. I like to use sea salt because sea salt is not very salty. Does it make sense to you? Not very salty, but it's salt. Dia tak semasin yang saya rasa lah. Because sea salt ni dia macam, it's like, macam mana? Dia tak, okay, macam ni. Like, if I meet you for the first time, right, I don't scream my name. Like that. After I talk to you, I leave and then you go, apa nama dia? Nama dia Arif. Itu sea salt. Dia macam very subtle. The saltiness is very subtle. It's not like in your face salty. Okay? That's why. Also they sell in Hoi. They sell the brand called Maldon. Okay? Alright, thank you. So on top of that, I have butter. What kind of butter? Anything that's above 80%, 82, 84, solid. Then you're gonna ask me, what do you mean 84%? 82%. Okay. Try. Ambil satu try. So my kind friends here are gonna let you try. So what kind of butter? Butter, there's many kind of butter. Usually the butter come from the milk, and the milk come from the cow. If you ask me, is there such a thing as a goat butter ke? I don't know, bison butter ke? Maybe, I don't know. But usually come from the cow. Downstairs they have all kinds of butter. What?
So many
We have
Appétit, Anchor. Sekejap, saya nak sebut semua ke?
This is a very famous question that I always get. Should I use unsalted butter or salted butter when I want to do products? The answer is, for me, professional consumption,
Salted butter.
unsalted.
Nah.
Why? Because if you want it salty, add salt. You cannot take out the saltiness out of the salted butter because the salt is already inside. You can add salt inside salted butter, inside butter to make salted butter. However, there's a caveat to this. Some products, especially like the Sablé Breton and all this, they use salted butter. Why? Because in Brittany, they are famous to making butter. So there you go. But most of the time, unsalted butter for professional usage.
Yeah.
Okay. This one is not a European butter. This one is, I think, a New Zealand one. I think. Why? Because it's very yellow. The yellow come from the grass that the cow eat in New Zealand. That's why anything from Frontera dairies, Anchor, whatever, it's a bit more yellowish. Is it nice or not nice? I don't know. Do you like to drive Mercedes or BMW? I don't know. Up to you. Which one is up to you lah? I don't personally say that one is better than the other. It's just choice. Okay. Right. Moving on. So how do we do this? And then the egg. It comes from the chicken. Okay?
Tapi maaf, HOI tak ada jual telur ya.
Tak ada. It comes from the chicken, and if you ask me, is it possible to use duck egg? Yes. Can I use?
Grade dia apa?
This one I think is big, but it's a bit small. Does anybody know what's the difference between the grade of the chicken egg?
Ya, bukan.
The size. Does it come from the same chicken? Yes, it does. Okay, so let me just give you a side note. So the chicken actually only lays the eggs in the morning when there's the sun, right? But then because we are producing a lot of chicken eggs, we keep the chicken inside the in the warehouse. The coop is small, it's my house. But if I'm like doing like this, it's the warehouse. So I don't switch off the light. So the chicken thinks that it's daytime all the time. So it's going to keep laying the eggs throughout the end of the day, the eggs are going to be smaller and the shell is going to be thinner. But it's from the same chicken. Surprise, surprise. I didn't know, right? There you go. So it's like that. Unless you're buying something that says organic or selenium plus or omega or kampung or I don't know, you know. But besides that, if it's the government one, the satu tray RM12.90 one for B grade RM13, RM13 or RM11.5 or whatever, that one is the same. Okay, thank you. Now we understand the ingredients, yeah? Great. So I can start. So how do we do this? Okay. Right. Mix the soft butter, icing sugar, almond powder using the paddle. Okay. Everything here together. Thank you, Tiger. You're the best. So next one. Right. I'm using a Kenwood mixer. They are selling Kenwood mixer. Kenwood mixer very good. But if you have any other mixer, change to Kenwood mixer. Alright, so
Hari ni ada promo Kenwood.
there you go. Hari ni ada promotion. Buy one get one.
Bukan. Hey. Kalau pembelian sama ada Kenwood ataupun DeLonghi punya brand, you guys akan dapat satu lucky draw dan grand prize dia berharga RM999.
Apa grand prize dia?
Tak kisahlah, sama ada mixer ke hand mixer ke anything lah, tapi brand DeLonghi ataupun Kenwood.
Hanya untuk hari ni?
Hanya untuk hari ini sahaja. Promo harga dia pun untuk hari ini sahaja sampai pukul 12 malam.
So kalau you balik, you boleh order online.
Kenwood ni memang kata elektronik barang yang macam orang cakap berkualiti. Dia punya motor tu sangat-sangat berkualiti lah. So ada customer kita yang pakai lebih 10 tahun. So siapa kat rumah 20 tahun. Betul 20 tahun. 20 tahun guys. Memang sangat-sangat orang cakap multifunction. Sebab dia ada sekali saya nak promote. Sebab dia ada kat sini bahagian untuk buat pasta, untuk kisam daging, dan kat sini untuk blender pun boleh tau chef. Dia ada ruang untuk blender. So guys, dia boleh ada 3 lah multifunction. Kalau lah kita kat dapur macam tak ada banyak plug kan, kita ada satu je plug, so kita boleh pakai together 3. So jelas semua. So siapa kat rumah tak ada Kenwood boleh dapatkan Kenwood di HOI. Hari ini harga promo ya. Terima kasih.
Sama. Okay, so boleh fokus kat sini tak?
Boleh.
Alright, as you can see now, the mixture is homogeneous. Dah bersatu. Okay, combine. What does it mean homogeneous? Combine.
Sebati, chef.
Sebati, sorry. Sebati. Sebati.
Sebati.
Okay, so dia sebati. Do I need to whip it? The answer is no. I don't need to aerate this thing. Why? Because remember, please bear in mind, anything that is very aerated, it's not very stable to roll out, or it's not very stable to do a lot of things. So I want to make a tart dough. So as long as it's homogeneous or sebati means it can like become like that lah. No problem. Now I am going to put in my flour. Then I'm going to go down again. Okay, so this particular thing, right? You can use it to make a tart dough, to make a cookie. You can keep it. But if you want to keep it, I always advise you to keep it in the fridge. Or you can freeze it actually. But the thing, if you put inside the fridge atau chiller, what's going to happen is after a couple of days, dia akan jadi dull, kusam. Tak fair and lovely lah. Okay. So as you put that together, really at any point you can ask me any question regarding the tart dough. I'm very happy to answer them. Yes. You at the back? No question? No. All right. How about you, sir? Any question? No? No question. All right. So as we move on, then you're going to say, Chef, but I don't have a Kenwood mixer. What do I do?
Belilah.
Ada start. I don't have a Kenwood mixer. What do I do? Please buy the Kenwood mixer. For today only, we get a good price. Or you take the bowl, you keep chopping it down just like that.
Buat job sendiri.
But this one is only if you're making a small amount. Yeah. If you have a big production like some of you guys, just buy the Kenwood mixer. All right. So as we are moving on, if you focus, you see that now the texture of the mixture downstairs is becoming like Parmesan cheese, breaking out apart a bit.
Chef, soalan. Tadi masa masuk butter kan, butter tu nak room temperature ke ataupun kalau keluar daripada ni boleh terus pakai?
Kalau ni I pakai soft butter lah. Tapi if your butter is keras, you just cut it into smaller cubes, you can put it inside, it's fine. Yeah. Now you can see if I stop, dia dah jadi macam like lumps like that. Can you see? Can you see? Dia macam adunan pasir.
Serbuk, panggil serbuk.
Serbuk. Macam yang kalau kita pergi Terengganu tu yang bagi macam benda yang tu yang you koyak tu.
Macam sagu tu.
Sagu tu, yes, that thing. Do you know what I'm talking about now? That thing, the kertas thing you open and like this.
Ni Melayu murtad ni.
Yes. Scan the message. Okay, so make sure you script the thing. You know what I'm talking about, right? That thing, the apa nama dia, sagu. It's that one. Yes, of course.
Betul kan? Sagu kan?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why muda sangat korang ni.
Childhood punya makanan tau.
Tapi I noticed lah when I went to Terengganu, it's a big deal lah. Over here not so much anymore. Over here people like to eat cookies. Okay. Alright, so as we see, it starts to become more crumbly. Right? And what do I do next? I just add my egg. So when the egg goes in, it's going to become a bit wet. Thank you, Tiger. And it's going to come together. Alright, it's going to come together. Everything is going to come together. We can see, right? Yeah. So for now, when it comes together, I stop. There's no need for you to keep whipping it or whatever. It's no need. What we're going to do is just we're going to make sure it comes together. Sebati. Yang bukan sejati lah.
Sejati tu lagu, tajuk lagu.
Yes. Saya pun suka Wings. Okay dah. Alright, so as we put together, this is what I'm going to do. Right, I combine it by hand. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this dough, I'm going to take a bit of it, I'm going to pass for you to pegang, to feel the texture. Jangan makan. Bagi sikit je. Tapi the ones that in front is going to feel it that it's cold lah. But then if I have like 40 people pegang, dah tak sejuk lah. Okay, kejap sorong. Okay, so just pegang je lah benda tu. Texture dia. Right, so it's a tart dough. It's a dalam bahasa Inggeris is pliable. Dalam French, pliable. Okay, so we're going to use our palm, tapak tangan, tolak, sablage. Alright, so comes together, done. Can we use it straight away? This is a very, very important question to answer. Okay, when you're making doughs, right? Personally, for me, I don't like to use it straight away, especially if there's liquid involved. Why? Because the flour needs to hydrate. So that's why you rest your dough. A lot of people say gluten lah, apa benda lah, which is maybe or maybe not correct. But for me, it's the flour needs to hydrate, it needs to absorb the moisture. That's why if you see when you make some kind of dough, it's a bit dry, you put it in the fridge, after a while it becomes wet. So it means it's fully hydrated. So you want to let the dough hydrate for at least 45 minutes lah, at least, you know. So when you do that, number one, it's a bit more stable, it's hydrated, and then when you do that as well, it won't shrink. So a lot of times when you make some kind of dough, it will shrink. Dia lari shape kan? Number one is because of that, it's no resting. Number two is because you keep remaking it, reinforcing it. But if you're using a flour that doesn't have a super high gluten content, for example, cake flour or a cookies flour or plain flour, usually it won't happen, but overdoing that, it will shrink. Initially, it won't, so just rest your dough. But for what I am making right now, it's actually not very necessary. Because what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this paper. They sell in Hoi also. I'm going to roll it out and I'm just going to bake it. Okay? So now, how do we do it? Like I always tell you, for those of you who didn't come in the morning, it's very easy how to roll things to maintain the same shape. First things first, it's always advisable to get a very flat surface. So when you talk about flat surface, the most flat surface in the world, I mean not in the world, the most flat surface in the kitchen is a marble top. It will always be flat. And it will always be cold. Besi, when it's hot, dia kembang. Bila sejuk, dia kecut. Especially the cheap one yang tak ada anything kat bawah tu. Dia akan expand. So when you roll something, dia akan ada macam tu. Marble tak jadi. And you can buy like, they don't sell this in Hoi. Okay, so but you can actually go to a kedai jubin and buy lah. They sell by 1 meter times 40 cm ke apa benda. Yes. Good quality of wood. Saya tak galakkan sebab yes, it can expand and also wood is very porous. A lot of things can go inside. So if you have a production, a small business ke apa ke, this could cause cross-contamination and foodborne illness. It's a very serious matter. Statistically, a lot of people die from this every year. Okay, right. So as you can see now, how do we roll it out? Flat surface, paper. If you don't have paper, you can use plastic wrap also, but paper is best. So how I do, first of all, I get things to be like a square, like my personality. Okay, alright. So you start from the center, you go down like that, and then you just turn it around. And turn to this direction, turn to that direction. So now you can see it's starting to move. So same thing, start mark in the center, go down. So I go this way, I go this way, then I go this way. As you can see now, it still maintains the square and I haven't started rolling yet. Alright, so for those of you who don't roll a lot, you can start to practice this way. And at any time, like you're not sure, right? Like for example, okay, I'm going to roll it like this. I'm just going to pull it towards me. So I go 1, 2. Ayu. Okay, so I go down 1, 2. Then I go this way, same thing from the center, 1, 2. Then I go again, 1, 2. So now as you can see, it's gradually growing, right? But I want it flat. So if I want it flat, what I can do, I put 2 pieces of paper together. And when I flip it over, the bottom one was flat. So that's how I work around it. Just keep flipping it, you know. Interesting, kan? I know. No, because like a lot of people get intimidated by this, you know. And if you want to be more precise, okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think they sell this at Hoi. but they sell it online. It's like sticks. You can buy that. You can put 2 sticks, then you can roll in between the stick. And they have size, 5 mm, 1 cm, 0.5, 3, whatever lah. Sorry, you don't sell it here. Do you sell it here?
Belajar macam tu.
They don't sell it. But you can get it lah. It's not very expensive. And it's a very good thing to have. Even if you have a business and you don't have a luxury of a dough sheeter, you can use that. All you need is a marble top, a good rolling pin, and that. So how do you know a rolling pin is good? It's very easy. This is a flat top. This is the rolling pin. If you hear tuck, 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 means it's not flat lah. The rolling pin is like this already. It's supposed to be smooth. You hear that? Change your rolling pin. Rolling pin, Yana. Next one, So yeah. So you're gonna roll this as thin as you can. Chef Tiger is gonna sambung for me. You wanna get it about 0.5 mm or like that, 0.3, 0.5. It's okay. Because why? I just wanna bake it until it's become crispy. Thank you, Chef Tiger. So at this point, do we have any questions regarding this tart dough and stuff? Yes? No? 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 That was clear? That was clear? Yes? Why do I use icing sugar instead of custard sugar? Very good question. Can I give you a very good answer?
Ini nak buat soft cookies ke?
Tak, untuk the dough ni. The reason is because absorption. There's no grains. Like as you see when I mix it, it was a short time. That's all. And contrary to popular belief, the sweetness is the same. Because some people will tell me, oh no, icing sugar ada manis sikit lagi. Macam tak ada, sama je. It's from the sugar byproduct. Tak ada manis lebih. If you want to talk about things which are way sweeter than sugar, there are other things like golden syrup. I think about 115%. Honey about 130%. When I say percent in sweetness lah, means 130% lebih manis dari honey. Means about 30%, no? 100% is the sweetness level. Okay? So you can use normal caster sugar, but I would advocate for this particular recipe. That's all. Right. So now, dah siap. So when he rolls that out, you chop it up. When you bake, it becomes like this.
Biscuit crush.
Kan?
Kan?
Yes. So you roll it out thin, chop it up. Becomes like that. So this is what we're going to do is we're going to do the next element, which is the pressed strawberry inspiration, the actual tart dough. Yes, question? No question. All right. What is the pressed strawberry inspiration? Oh, tak buka plastik je.
Betul. Bagus.
Okay.
Tak buka.
Dah buka lah. Okay. So what are these things that we need? We need the tart dough, the one I just rolled just now. Roll thin, bake and chop. So it becomes
Crush. Ni.
tengok sini. It's become like this. Okay?
Crush biskut je. Kalau kita guna biskut macam biskut lain-lain Mary ke, boleh tak? Saja soalan.
Biskut Mary.
Saya tahu tak boleh. Saya cuma tahu jawapan dia. Tak boleh. Tahu.
Saya nak balik sekarang. Tak, okay. To answer her question, biskut Mary,
Tak boleh.
maybe not lah. Why? Because biskut Mary
Dia
dia
serap air.
porous.
Pada.
Maybe something more compact. Like the digestive can, but digestive have a very strong digestive taste lah if you're okay with that. Then there's also options of butter cookies, but the problem with butter cookies is very thick. It's never thin. So if you really want like a quick fix cepat, get a very high quality already baked tart shell and then you chop it. But why? Just make lah. Why? Just make lah.
Dah, kena faham.
Ya.
Costing orang kan. Biskut mahal, dia nak biskut Mary.
Okay. Betul. It's a valid question. No question is a bad question. Whether you're annoyed by it or not only, that's all. But whether it's a bad question, it's not. Okay, so that's this one. Just now. Okay. All right. And then we have the 13. 13.
How dia
13. There you go.
Macam mana pronounce dia? Pellet, fillet.
13.
Pellet 13.
Okay, so what is it actually? You know hot and roll tu, hot and roll. Kan? Kan the crab tu kan? Dia buat very very thin, lepas tu dia chop it up. That's what it is actually.
Kuih kapit, tahu tak kuih kapit? Tahu ke kuih kapit?
Is it like kuih kapit?
Tapi boleh ke? Saya rasa tak boleh kot sebab kapit tu dia masuk mulut je dia tu cair tau.
Ya ke?
Yes. Kan betul tak? Kapit tu dia masuk mulut dia macam melt sikit lah in your mouth.
Okay, to answer that question I would say yes and no. Yes, the texture is similar.
Saya rasa dia tak tahu kot kapit tu apa.
Tahulah. It's love letters. Right. Excuse me. So yes, the the 14 is the kuih kapit texture is pretty similar, but the problem is that it doesn't stay crispy very long, especially if you mix it with a lot of things. So if you want to serve it straight away, fine, by all means. But if you have an idea of serving it for your future potential customer, I would be very conservative about this. Okay, or not, you can buy the 14 downstairs. They sell it 100 gram, 500 gram.
No, 100 gram dengan 1 kilo.
Yes, the 500 gram means you buy the 1 kilo and you divide it into 2. Alright, thank you. Okay, so everybody is familiar with the 14? Yes. Alright, so that's done. 14, everybody understands. The next one is, this one is a product that is very close to my heart. It's called crispy wet proof strawberry, and before you ask me, no, they don't sell it in Hoi. I like it because it has class. Right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put some inside the bowl and we're just gonna pass around and everybody just try it. What is it? It's actually frozen dried raspberry that has been coated, frozen dried strawberry is coated with cocoa butter. Yes. Okay, Yana, thank you. Everybody's gonna try. Again, like I said, what's frozen dried fruit is fruit that has been frozen and dried, so it maintains crispiness without cooking it, so the color and the taste remains. Just like this, huh? Spoon, there you go. All right. Okay, come, let's try. So please try. It's a very interesting texture. Sedap kan? Saya pun suka. Mak pun suka. Sebab healthy. Why? It's just raspberries and also cocoa butter. Mahal? Mahal tak mahal ni saya tak pasti. Sebab yang jual is classic fine food, my distributor. But I would say we do not put a price to quality. I don't think it's that expensive. I don't think so. Alright, so everybody can try and it's clear about this, right? It's a crispy fruit that is coated. Why is it coated? Well, because it's coated when you put it inside your cakes, your chocolates and all that, it stays crispy. That's why. And it's also quite, aesthetic. Like, oh, cantiknya. Apakah ini? That's the thing lah. Okay, so this one could be slightly on the higher end of the price because it comes from Spain. Yes. It's a very beautiful factory. I was there last January in Barcelona, slightly north. Okay, and the last thing is the strawberry inspiration. Everybody tried the strawberry inspiration? Yes, 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 yes. Great. Okay, first things first. Melt your strawberry inspiration. So if you ask me, chef, can I do something else with this, with the same base? Yes, I can. I can even use a chocolate tart dough. The feuilletine stays because the taste is pretty neutral. The strawberries can be changed to pearls. Some of you likes to use pearls, right? And it's the Valrhona one, right? Right, it's correct. So everything goes inside. So I mix it about. Oh. Okay. I mix it about. Okay. So when that is melted, is it melted? No, not yet. So we're just going to wait till it's melted. And then we're going to put it inside the mold. Okay? Saya tak nak. Okay, so everybody tried the crispy strawberries. It's pretty cool, right? We also have it in raspberry and I think some other kind of fruits. I'm not so sure about the SKUs. Okay, so I'm going to put my shell inside here. This is a silicone mold that I purchased downstairs at Hoi. The price is RM15.90. Can Betul lah. 15.90. Yes. I bought it.
Dia barang sebelah. Saya tak ingat barang sebelah.
Saya ingat, saya baru je beli. So, RM15.90. Okay, so while waiting for that, let's answer the questions regarding silicone molds. Can this one go inside the oven? Yes, 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 yes. Can. What's the maximum temperature? It will always state here, and over here it says 230 degrees Celsius max. Okay? Cool. So this one, it's a nice size for a small one, but if you want to make a big one, also possible. Nak tengok, pergilah, bawa lah tengok. Tunjuk. Jual. Tapi tak ada. Tak apa. It's an introduction. Have to be melt, yeah? Betul melt. Okay, so as you can see now, if I tell you, I'm here to expose you to concepts, not so much just for the recipe. If you're using my chocolates, which you are going to, I'm very happy. But if you're not, I encourage you to do so. So concepts is very important. Why? Because we are in a company that believes in sharing of information as well. So I do not feel that we are better than anyone else, no, but I can only say this is what we have to offer to you. This is what we have to offer. So you might like, you might not like, maybe it's your cup of tea, maybe it's not. But even if it's not so, we can always be nice to each other. So, already? Melted? Confirm? Remember, Chef Tiger very important. So we need him. So as you can see, melted chocolate. No need to care so much of the temperature as long as it's melted. Everything goes in. Kita masukkan. Mix dia sampai sebati. Okay, we just mix it up. Okay, just to bear in mind, when you're making this, don't make everything cold. Means don't use a cold tart shell or something because it's going to set. So we don't want that. So we want to make sure everything is at the same room temperature. So as you can see now, can you see? Tengok. Okay. Kenapa saya senyum saya nak tunjuk benda ni? Okay, alright. Okay, is it okay? Everybody can see? Right, perfect. Dapat, okay. So as you can see that, what I'm gonna do, if you wanna be very accurate about it, you weigh your thing, 5 grams a piece. So I will take that and I will just put it like this. And transfer, and transfer, and transfer. And I will use my rolling pin, which was here just now.
Baru je promote dah hilang dah.
By rolling pin.
Mana?
Mana? Tak ada.
Promote dah hilang.
Tak apa. I'm going to compress it a bit. And so. Okay, just like that. Take the mix, put inside, compress. All the way. If you want to be accurate, weigh them. If you don't want to be accurate, be accurate. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay, what you tried just now is the freeze-dried strawberry. The only difference is it's coated with cocoa butter. That's all. The reason why, if you coat it with cocoa butter, it will last longer. It will stay crispy. So, if for example, if you're gonna have your nice frozen yogurt dessert, are you guys planning to sell ice cream also? Maybe in the future, you can put, Thank you so much, Tiger. So, just like that, compress. All right. Once that's done, what it's going to turn out with, if your room is very cold, thank you, Tiger. If your room is very cold, it's going to set straight away. It's going to look like this. See?
Okay, dia jadi macam ni.
Okay. All right. So it's going to become like that. That's the base. Can we only use strawberry inspiration? No, you can change. I have yuzu, I have strawberry, I have almond, but they don't sell here. I have raspberry. You know, this thing is so nice. Did you guys try the chocolate or no? It's different, right? And I know it's not because I'm selling it, maybe a bit, but it's different. You know, this is not milk chocolate with strawberry taste. It's strawberry chocolate. You know? To a certain extent, you can call it vegan also. To a certain extent. Why I cannot call it vegan 100% is because I'm not sure if everybody is aware of this. Certain sugar production requires a bit of animal byproduct in the form of bones for the bleaching of the sugar. So to be called vegan, everything has to be completely not from the animal. So I'm not sure I cannot call this vegan 100%. But there's no animal traces that I can guarantee lah. Anyway, the vegan market is not that big here anyway. Whatever. So it's gonna become like this. You can make it this size, you can make it that size, you can make it big size, you can make it fun size, you know, whatever. Alright. So this is gonna be there on the side. And now I'm going to make the strawberry gel. This is an interesting factor product. Strawberry gel. Apakah itu strawberry gel? Gel yang strawberry. Right. Okay, this is a personal recipe. This is not the company one. This is actually mine. So what is it actually? You know, did you saw the dessert? If you tried it outside, there's that piping of the red thing, the gel. Okay, it's actually just made of 3 ingredients, and all you can find in Hoi. All of it. You got sell strawberry puree, right? Dira Frost, yes. You sell sugar, right? Right. You sell agar-agar, right? Yeah. Everything you have. All right. So. And you can use any other fruit puree for this, no problem. You can make a strawberry one, blueberry one, raspberry one, passion fruit, blackberry, durian. Durian gel, really? No lah, come on. Can make a mango one. So how do we do it? Very simple. First things first, you need. So even if you don't look at the recipe, you will know. It's very simple. 1 part puree, 10% sugar, 1% agar-agar. That's all. One. Ni lah dia, rahsia dia. I'm going to share it to you. And again, this is a personal one, it's not a company one. So, you take the agar-agar powder, you put it inside the sugar. Like that. And then you mix it together. Why? Because kalau tak, if you put it straight away, it's going to clump up. And then you're going to take, sorry. You're right, Tiger. All right. Okay, so you're going to take the puree, which is, in this case, strawberry puree. You're going to put it inside the pot. Make sure it's defrosted. All right. Strawberry puree comes from the strawberry. No, I'm going to come to a very interesting point after this. Can we make it fresh? Is that the question? Sorry. That's the thing. The strawberry puree that we sell at Hoi doesn't have seeds inside. No need to strain. Okay? So, can I make it from fresh strawberry? Question. The answer is yes. Would I make it from fresh strawberry? The answer is not advisable. Why? I'll explain. Are we known for producing strawberries in the world? No, right? So, would you hypothetically say that the strawberry of Malaysian production, regardless from whichever Cameron ke apa benda ke, is of high quality? No. That's one. So if you blend the strawberry, it's not going to be nice in taste. The color is not going to be the same. And if you blend fresh strawberries, it's going to fluctuate in the texture and texture of the strawberry itself and the color and the taste. Sometimes early in the harvest, nice. Late in the harvest, not nice. So puree companies are actually developed because what they do is post-harvest or the harvest that they don't want to send into fruits dah tak cantik punya, or the one that's very ripe, they turn into puree and they can manage that. So all of the puree companies will give you the same texture and taste and quality the whole year round. So if you have a business, fluctuations of quality is something that you cannot afford. So that's why I would get a puree. What puree brand? What do you sell here? Dirafrost. Dirafrost is a good puree brand. You can Dirafrost. Yeah. Yes, Dirafrost. Yay. I love Dirafrost. Okay, so but like I said, puree brands all pretty much the same. So yes, I would use frozen puree. Okay? Now, I get my puree, I got my sugar and my agar-agar. First things first, I warm it up. Up to this point, any questions? Yes. You, sir? No question, all right. I was hoping for some. Yes! My goodness, this is a very educated question. I like this. This is good. I like this interaction. Depends on the company. My company actually, Valrhona Selection, we have our own puree brand. It's called Adamals, but it's not in Malaysia. We don't have a distributor for that here. Unless somebody wants to distribute them. I would say we don't use sugar at all. But some puree brands, they do. They add about 5% to 10%. They will put it on the label. So if you buy the puree, 1 kilo, they will write that. Why? The sugar is not to so much change the taste. It's more to preservation of the puree itself. So once it starts to smoke, you boil it, whisk it. When it boils, stop. Don't continue. And with my very nice induction, do you sell this here? Do you? Oh, okay, they don't sell. Any induction is good. Okay, and personally, I prefer induction burners. Why? Because I'm a pastry chef. Induction burners can cook things faster, number one. Number two, you don't usually get injured because there's no fire. Ta-da. And this one is mobile. You can bring your induction burner everywhere you go. The only caveat to that is you have to find an induction-friendly pot and pan lah. Itu sajalah. So as you boil, what you're going to do is you're going to tak ada plastic container kan? Tak apa. You're going to find a container of some kind. You're going to pour it. And then as you can see now, dia macam dah pekat lah. Kan? It has become thick. Yes.
Tapi dia tak jadi betul macam agak-agak.
Dia akan. Dia masih panas. So this one is semua kerja Chef Tiger. Dia baik punya orang. Bila you jumpa dia, hargailah dia. Okay, so plastic wrap contact.
Ada dijual di bawah.
Ada pun dijual. Cyber Fresh. Why plastic wrap and contact? Because you don't want the skin. And please buy the industrial one, the catering one, not the... Yes? Any reason why not using gelatin? I love this kind of questions. First of all, vegan. Second answer, because gelatin is it doesn't have a high heat tolerance, so it means it will melt. When it's not cold, it won't set, it will just melt. Yes, I understand. When you put inside and then you pour, the gelatin won't be very hard. And if it was very hard, it won't be very pleasant. Really. Agar-agar, also very cheap. Malaysia, we have a lot. They have a certain brand here. The one from Singapore one, very cheap. Thailand 5 gram one, can. So you put it like this, you put it in the fridge can, or if you don't want to destroy your fridge, you can put it outside for a while, cool to room temperature, then you can put inside the fridge. What's going to happen is, after a while, it becomes like this. Oh. Agak-agak lah kan?
Tapi agak-agak dia macam crunchy sikit kan? Dia macam soft dia.
Ha?
Dia macam konyaku jelly kan?
Konyaku?
Tahu kan konyaku jelly kan?
Tahulah. I know, okay? Era Fazira jual. So like really. Okay, so it's going to become like this. Right? So from this, actually, you blend it. Oh yes.
Ya Allah, susah ni nak makan makanan sedap. Banyak betul step.
Surprise! You can blend it using your Kenwood blender. Tak apa, I'm not going to blend it. Bising. I'm bising. You can blend it using your Kenwood blender or whatever blender you want to blend it to. Just blend it. Blend the heart of it. So what's going to happen is it's going to look like this. Oh, thank you so much. Never mind. After you blend, okay, please focus over here. Mana? Sini. Okay, so it's going to become like this. Oh, tak potong lagi. So for those of you who work in a restaurant, see? You can put it in a sauce bottle, pipe, doesn't fall down, tastes like strawberry, maintains the strawberry taste. If you tried the thing that I made outside, tastes strawberry, it's not adulterated, means it doesn't taste like anything else, it's just strawberry, sugar, and it's a very small amount of sugar, yeah? It's about 10% only. And then you put with the agar doesn't taste like anything. And you can do all kinds of things. You can also tarik, whatever, you know. If you blend it really fine and you want it to really look like a gel, you blend until like super fine, and then you put inside a vacuum seal machine so it absorbs out all the air, and it's really going to become like your hair gel. But don't put it on your hair. No, really. It's going to be depends on the puree, because the strawberry puree is not exactly the nicest reddish color one. But if you use raspberry, mango, passion fruit, it's going to be very clear. Very nice. And the roundness will stay. So you can pipe. That's why you saw me pipe on the thing. It just stays there. That's what you want. Yes. Can we use pectin instead of agar-agar? It's not the same thing. No, I would advise using the agar-agar. The pectin is a bit more soft. It will, but it has a different texture altogether. Ni, chiller. How long? Last time. Okay, sorry. I'm passionate when I work. What do you want me to do? It can last you a while, because like I said, inside there's no dairy products, nothing. It's just puree, sugar, and agar-agar. Can last you a while. Can you freeze it? Yes, you can. But do you need to do it? Probably no. It doesn't take long to cook also. Like really, if you see now, I mean now it's still a bit warm. The moment it gets to room temperature, it's going to be hard already. Like your normal agar-agar, it's going to be seriously going to be hard already. What kind of agar-agar? I do sell from Spain, but we also, yes, I do. Yes, here we go. Professional agar, the thing you need. I do sell. This is the one I use. But it's the same. I would, yes. This one, can? No lah, of course. After you blend it, it won't. That's what I used actually. I blended it. Yeah, I just didn't want to blend it now because the immersion blender is loud. But if you blend it, it's going to be very fine. And for some of you who have the Hamilton Beach, you know the one the make the ice blended one yang bising gila tu, yang dekat boost tu kan, yang they have to cover it, and then that one lagi kuat, lagi fine. Very more fine. That's why I say it can become a gel. Depends on how fine you blend it. Gagal bekerja. Right, so there you go. Second part done. Right, so now we're gonna do the last thing, which is the opalis whipped ganache. Okay, this one is actually very cool because this is a new recipe developed in the École Valrhona. What is the whipped ganache? Does anybody know what a whipped ganache? Do you know what a whipped ganache is? It's the ganache that whip. So a whipped ganache, ganache that whip. I like this. This is a good answer. Anyone else? No? The ganache that you whip it. Whipped ganache. It's the best. I really like this crowd. This is the best crowd. The answer is yes, you're right. A whipped ganache is a ganache that you whip. Because most of the time you don't whip the ganache. You make the ganache, you just put it as the filling. Why do we whip the ganache? Do you know why? Correct, aeration. So when something is more aerated, it is also more light. And the name of my thing is called cloud. Clouds are usually light, that's why they're in the air. Yeah, okay. All right, first things first. Warm up milk and infuse the mint leaf. Okay, this is mint. Okay, mint leaf. What kind of mint? Mint. No, there's a few. There's the spearmint, the peppermint. Yes, mint. Okay, So let's talk about infusion. This one is not talked about a lot. So let's talk about infusion because I have time and you guys are a great crowd. So let's talk about infusion. What is an infusion? Do you know what an infusion is, sir? Yes, you. Milk infused with cream. Okay, the concept of infusion, that's not entirely wrong. The concept of infusion is to add another flavor to a body that's already dominant in one kind of flavor. But usually that one kind of a body is very neutral. Milk, cream, any kind of dairy products, you know, that you can infuse. Or even tea at some point. When you drink tea, there's the peppermint tea, there's the strawberry tea from Cameron Highlands, which is nice. And you have the peach tea, Moroccan mint, whatever. So it's infusion, means you infuse another flavor to somebody, not somebody, some body. Okay, all right. So in this case, the body is milk. How many kinds of infusions are there? There's two. There's cold infusion and there's hot infusion. Which one is better? Madam, the one with the yellow shirt, which one is better? Cold or hot? Cold. Cold. And you, ma'am? Cold? Yes? That's depends on how fast. Yes? But cold or hot? Hot. Hot, cold, depends on how fast. Actually, her answer is quite accurate. But personally, I prefer cold infusion. Why? Because the taste is more dominant. But the problem is, it takes time. You means you warm this up when it's just steaming, so about before boiling point also, like about 50 degrees like that. You take whatever you want to infuse. Mint, coffee, tea, dump it in. Cover with plastic, leave it. Tomorrow, take it out, squeeze as much as you can, and you're going to lose a bit. You top up back with the amount that you need. So it means if I infuse, in this case, I infuse 50 grams of mint leaf in 1 kilo of milk that I did yesterday. Today, it's not going to be, I'm not going to get 1 kilo of milk after I take this out. Probably I get about 970, 980. Then I just top up. Okay? Why? The cold infusion gives you a more prominent taste. The hot infusion will give you the prominent taste, but it's rushed, so it's not so clear. Okay, that's why if for some of you who are tea drinkers or even coffee drinkers, the nitro brew is always stronger tasting than the normal brew of coffee, because the nitro brew is brewed slowly a long period of time, and the tea that is infused longer will taste stronger. That's all. Okay, great. So what do we need? So we understand infusion, yeah? We sure? We understand? Just bear with me, sir. A bit more. Okay. Right. Milk. What kind of milk? I'm using Promex. Dutch lady. Promex is good. How much? Okay, so I'm not going to infuse the milk for this one because I'm doing it now. But for the ones that you tried, if you tried it, I've already infused it. Okay, so warm it up. And the next thing I need is potato starch. Yes, the starch from the potato, dehydrated potato. I need gelatin. So in all of a Valrhona recipe, it's always 1 and 5. Means 200 bloom gelatin, 1 gelatin, 5 parts water lah. So if you're gonna make 50 grams, if it says 15 grams, if it says 10 grams, mean 10 grams of gelatin powder and 50 grams of water. Okay, clear? What kind of bloom? 200 to 20. Yes, it sounds very, very specific. Yes, I know. Sometimes I have to be a bit more serious. So 200, 220, 1 to 5. Right, next. I need my chocolate. I'm using Opalis, 33%. You tried it just now. Sejuk. Ya ke? Sejuk ke? I'm always warm. Okay. All right. So first things first. So this one is a new kind of formulation for whipped ganache. Before, the whipped ganache is just cream, chocolate. That's it. But we changed that because I want a more strong chocolatey taste. So I change it. The potato starch will imitate certain things. It will jellify. So I use milk instead of cream. Okay. So some of you who've done whipped ganache before will know it's 3 parts cream, 1 part chocolate or something like this. I can't remember. Kenapa? Okay. All right. So do we have a small a whisk? Hand whisk. Yes. Beautiful. So very simple. Take a part of the milk. Put it inside the potato starch. And start to boil. Right. So once it's mixed, that warms up. So far, any questions? Yes? No? Maybe? No? Once? Twice? Okay. Nobody got questions? Right. So we will warm this up. Should I par melt the cream? You can. I mean, par melt the chocolate, you can. Or you can just leave it because the amount is quite big. It's up to you. Right. Maybe I'm going to finish a bit early so we can do something bonus, which is the mafki. What? Yeah, you'll see. I think so. I can finish by 4. I mean, oh, actually, no. By 5. 3 to 5. 2 to 5. You serious? Okay. Right. So as this one is warming up, I'll put this inside. And I bring to boil. Okay, but one thing you need to note in the recipe also, you will see that there's this thing that says starch base. So whatever that I use, I'm not going to use everything. I only need a part of it, which in this case is 1,000 gram of starch base. So I don't need all of it. Please, thank you. So when it boils, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to scale it back in a nicer bowl of 1,500. And I'm going to add the gelatin, mix it, and then I'm going to emulsify. Then I'm going to add my cream. I'm going to blend it and done. But in the meantime, I have to wait for it to boil. Right. Do we have a scale, sir? Thank you. Okay, so over here I will add when okay. Sure. He's so efficient. So as I'm whisking, it has to come to boil, and then it's going to become a bit more thick. So what do we use the whipped ganache for? We can use it for all kinds of things. Personally, I like to use it as a substitute for the whipping cream. if I want, because you know, usually sometimes people do what they do is they will add whipping cream and icing sugar, they whip, and then there you go. But the thing about whipping cream is, number one, it doesn't stay outside very long. Number two, it doesn't have any Valrhona inside. So, okay. Alright, so when it's a lot like this, I'm gonna scale back 1.5 kilos. As you can see, it has thickened. Sorry, it's 1 kilo actually. Sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry. 1 kilo. Tak apa. 995. Okay, sorry. And I put my gelatin inside. Right. Make sure everything is there. Okay. Now I'm going to emulsify. One part in. Gotta mix it. Oh. Ni. Kenapa cara dia sepatutnya macam mana? Now I'm curious, how is it supposed to be? Okay, you let it melt. You. Just now the milk, starch, put inside, scale. Yes, of course. 1,000. Yes, that's what it is. Clear? Okay. Okay, then I put inside second part. But this is actually a very big recipe lah. You can cut it to half or cut to 4 also can. If you just want to do your house, no problem. Yeah, and then finally I add everything in. And Mr. Tiger is going to blend this at the back there. And when he blends it, it emulsifies. We're going to add the cream. Blend some more. Stop. Enough. So a few things to note when doing the emulsion, especially to make a ganache. You can use mine, can use yours, no problem. There you go. It's going to be a bit loud, yeah. This one is tefal. It's not good. Use Kenwood. Okay. Tefal not good. Okay. So when you're making an emulsion, you need to at least have 1 hour, 1 minute and a half of immersion blender at least to get the emulsion done properly. Actually, from the beginning to the end of making any kind of ganache, it should take you about 5 minutes. If it's anything shorter than that, the emulsion process is not done properly. So sometimes the ganache is not very stable. Okay. So as you can hear, he's like blending it, right? Soon what he's going to do is after he blends that, he's going to add all of the cream inside, blend, plastic wrap contact, put inside the fridge. So the good thing about the whipped ganache as well is that you can use it when you want, you can whip it when you want to use it, like your whipped cream. You can actually do that. So for big production kitchens like hotels or restaurants, not so much restaurants, more hotel or cake shop, they will make one tub of ganache, whipped ganache inside the fridge. What they need for the day, they will take out and whip and use. It's a bit loud, yeah. Yes, that's why I asked him to do it there. Right, Any questions about the, yes? One second. Jap. Yes? Uh-huh. Yes? Yes? Stable enough to frost the cake with the whipped ganache. You can, but I don't advise it lah. I would just, when you say frosting cake, right? They're talking about the American one, right? The tall one. Sometimes have many things, Barbie Island. Yeah, like this, right? That's okay. So okay, let's clear the air on this. What she was referring to is what I would label as Anglo-Saxon style cake. Anglo-Saxon means English speaking. So English speaking people, to them generally, cake is sponge, cream, sponge, cream, sponge, cream, sponge, cream, frosting, like this, right? US, English speaking countries, they eat a lot of this. Sometimes it's like this tall, sometimes it's this tall. You know, no, really, you know, it's nothing wrong with that. This one requires a lot of frosting. So what they use is, most of the time, they use quite a stable ganache or frosting to be in between, and the same thing is around as well. It can go from cream cheese frosting, buttercream, icing, ganache, and all that. For whipped ganache, you don't do this. Why? Because when you smear, you collapse the air. Yes. Not saying not possible, can, because some cakes, especially the Taiwanese style or the Japanese style, they use the whipped cream to ice the cake. But they do it quite quick, and they do it, they could do it quick and they don't agitate a lot. But if you use the, he's in a rush. I hope he gets there. So like when you ice your cake with the whipped cream, usually you have to be very delicate and quick. It's possible to do that, but I don't advise it. So I would use a normal ganache for this. A different formulation where about that it can also set hard. This one is not going to set hard. It's going to be like whipped cream. It's not going to, correct. Yeah, I would pipe it. I can do like that, like the Japanese style, what's that thing called? Yeah, strawberry shortcake, kan? Very light, kan? They have around, or Swiss roll. The inside can be this, very nice. I like it. It is stable enough to pipe, but I don't advise extreme agitation of the product, because like you said, it can split like whipped cream. You macam ni, nanti you punya milk here, you punya fats here. This can happen. And if you're looking for something that is light, then yes. If you're looking for something that is a bit dense, no. Whipped cream. Okay, the whipped cream, the icing sugar has a name. It's called chantilly. Chantilly, crème chantilly. Okay. Yes and no, but the whipped cream with chantilly is if you want to add the cake to be something very strong, like chantilly just tastes like whipped cream and icing sugar. But it's not wrong, tau. It depends on your composition. For me, I'm just saying it's an alternative too. Because the shine is different, totally different. When I pipe it later, you will see it's not the same texture. So sometimes they look, because chantilly is a bit, after you whip it at a certain point, it's going to be slightly matte. Just slightly matte. Yes, like my ambition. Very shiny. Right, so answers your question? Okay, great. So moving on, let's assemble the thing before everyone else falls asleep. Okay. So as you can see, my thing now after overnight is jellified. Taufufa. Yes. Like, can you see it? Okay. All right. We can whip it. First, I need a bowl. Right. Okay. What's going on? Did you hear that? I'm going insane. All right, so you hear that, right? What is that? Oh. Okay, so as you can see, like that, see? It's scoopable. Bang. Right. Okay, next. I whip it. How should you whip it? Oh, that's my breathing actually. Oh my goodness, why nobody said anything? Oh my goodness, why nobody said anything? So what is this? Okay. It's my breathing, sorry. Anyway, let's whip the cream. Okay, because we're like at the edge of it. So, whipping cream, always medium speed. Never high speed. Never high speed. Okay? Never high speed. Why? Because this one I can illustrate so you will understand. Oh my goodness. Hey, where's my board, eh? Oh, it's over here. All right. Let's talk about this. Can we focus here? Tak apa, I'll look at it. Allah, slownya. Okay, can you see my board? Okay, so imagine this is a box. Right? So when you whip cream, initially at a high speed, it's going to look like this size. The bubbles are not the same. Faham tak? If the bubbles are not the same, there's a very high chance for you to split it, and it's very unstable. It's very unstable. Very unstable. Yep. So what you want to do is every time when you want to whip cream, you want to whip it at medium speed because you want the bubbles to be like this. So when the bubbles are about the same size, it's more stable. Alright? This is very important because even professionals, they make this mistake all the time. They will start the machine in high speed, and then when they pass the thing to pipe, the person pipe and it splits or it deflates. And then they wonder why. And I'm telling you why. That's why. Okay? Tak kena Kena angkat. Okay. Apa pelan sangat ni? Okay. Okay. So now we're going to assemble. Tiger, ada tak yang dah pipe punya dekat Ayong punya side? The one that's already whipped with the piping nozzle. Can you get it? That's already whipped on that side, yeah. While I'm waiting for this. Oh my goodness, this is really bugging me. I really thought there was a storm, but it's my breathing and nobody said anything. Thanks. Made me a fool out of myself. All right, so now we're going to assemble. Okay. Oh my goodness. Pegang macam ni je. Dia tak touch the bottom. Ada? Ada tak? Tinggal tu je. Allah. Tak apalah. Use mine. Okay, so assembly. I got my base. I got my crispy strawberry. I got my gel. And for fun, I got my mint leaf yang besar. Personally, I prefer a small one because good things come in small packages to share. Alright, and then okay, what do we do? Oh, and then this. A bit more, it's okay. Okay. Boleh? Piping back. May I? Okay. Okay, tak apa. I don't think this is the waist for it. That's why dia tak pegang ke bawah kot. Is this the waist? No, I need an actual waist. It's okay, I got it. It's okay, thank you. One just now? Oh, okay. I just need to find it. Sorry. Okay. Alright, so as you can see, it starts to thicken. Can you see from the thing? Can you show? Yeah. As I was explaining just now, there is a shine to it. It's not matte. So how do I know when my cream is ready? Okay, when you want a whipped cream, right, for your usage, all of the time, I will always advocate to stop one level before you want it, not when it's nice in the bowl. If it's very nice in the bowl, when you pipe it, it's not going to be nice anymore. So you want to stop one level before you want it. So it starts to thicken, and then you see it starts to do that. Can you see it? Right? It starts to dangle a bit. It's almost there. But if I agitate it, it's going to flow a bit. That's fine. So because you have to understand, in this product, whenever you incorporate air, the product is also going to be cold. With whipping cream and whipped ganache, it's the same thing. Whipped ganache has cocoa butter inside. So when that happens is, when it's cold, it'll set. If you add too much air, that's when it splits. And nobody likes split cream. Okay, I'm just going to combine with the old one, so I have more volume. All right. I'm losing my mind over this. All right. Okay. Now I'll take my glass. All right. Thank you. I will scoop up only what I need, which is not a lot at the moment. Again, don't fill the bag to the brim. Why? Collapse, 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 collapse. Warm, and it's gonna melt. So when I'm using my you alright? You okay? Okay. So when I'm using my bag, I will only take what I need. Right? Which is not a lot. I'll test it. Can you zoom? See? Shiny. Right? So I'll go to what I want. Okay, and the piping. Don't pipe and go up. Just stay. If you pipe and go up, later your thing will be like this. Don't do that. So if you see me, I'm here, I don't move, I pipe, I stop, I pull. I pipe, I stop, I pull. I pipe, I stop, I pull. Same thing. See? Same. If I do that, which I can show you, that's what's going to happen lah. Alright, so pipe, stop, pull. Now, a bit of effect that I like to do. Later, Mr. Tiger is going to finish it up for me. Okay, I like to make a well. Okay, so hot water, melon baller. Okay, done. Like this, flick. So can see. Okay, go down, flick, clean, dry up. Go down, flip, clean. Same thing over here. Last one. Okay, saya besarkanlah, sabar. Demandingnya. Okay, that's done. Now, I have my gel. Again, stay at one spot, pipe, move. That's right, yes. This is the kind of thing I need to feed me. All right. And then I will put some crispy. Remember, it's supposed to just sit on it. Don't like press. Okay. And if it's best, odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. Okay. I'm a bit sorry lah, chef. Okay. And then if you want, you see where it sits, but this one is a bit big for me, but okay lah. Ayo. For me, I like the just the when you the mint is the tunas, pucuk. Yes, the small one. Okay. Because good thing comes in small package. Okay. Right. And then do we have a fancy plate? Like a plate that's fancy. Yeah lah, like a nice one lah, something for the gram. Okay, tak apa. No. Tak apalah. Ni pun cun. Putih lah macam saya. Putih sangat. Okay. Sekejap. Okay. Right. So something very simple. Right. Actually, my voice is loud enough. I think you can hear it at the back, no? I really don't know why we're doing this. But as you can see, it's just a very simple application process. But you get something that's quite elegant, actually. Right, so this one can be strawberry, can be mango, can be raspberry, can be passion fruit, which I sell, can be, that's it.
Carrot durian.
Nope.
Carrot durian.
Carrot durian? Where on earth do you get these combinations? Right, so with that, I conclude this. Any questions? Yes. Not really. If you want the medium peak, not soft peak, but like the edge of a small soft peak. Like, it's a bit hard for me to explain this. Tell you what though. I would usually, what I would do is, I would whip it to what I want. Before I do that, I time it. So it means if I'm whipping it at 2 minutes at speed number 5 and I stop and that's nice to me, I will do that. So I don't know what your apparatus is, what kind of machine, and it's very hard for me to explain. It's like this. Okay, so Kenwood, depending on volume, if it touches, I would say speed number 5, about 2 minutes to see. 5 or 6, 2 minutes to see. And then what I mean soft means when you go like this, it looks a bit dropping, but it dangles. Does it make sense? It's like so I did that just now, right? Like this. I look silly now, but I did that. So it was like that. Perfect. You can draw, but it will sink in a bit. Because if you wait, it will become hard. You get what I mean or not? But if you take it up from the whipping, the whisk, and it looks very nice, I can assure you, you put inside your piping bag, you pipe, it's going to split. So you want it one level to what you usually want in the end. That will maintain your cream to last longer for piping as well, especially if you have production. If, for example, I have a big kitchen, right? I already whipped the cream nicely. By the time I do my third batch, my cream is over whipped already. You get what I mean or not? Means pipe. It's gonna stand there. It's gonna sit. It's gonna be cold and it's gonna set. So you don't want it to set. You want it to be just supple enough to pipe and let it set finally. It's like just now when you saw when I piped, it was dangling. Now the cream is not moving. So it sets like this. So just an indicator is one level before what you usually want. No. It's because whipped cream is cold. Fat will set when it's cold. That's why. You understand me, right? So you cannot whip cream that is hot. Impossible. If you take your whipped cream, you warm it up and then you whip it. Tak boleh. So it has to be cold. But to bear in mind, when it's cold, it's gonna set. Like butter. Butter when it's cold, it's hard, no? So that's what I mean. Agitate it enough to a point where it's pliable. Use it while it's pliable, and then stop using it. That's why I always say whip what you need. Don't whip the whole batch and hope for the best. This is not good. That's why I like this thing. So like right now, I just use half the bag. If anything happens, I still have the other half. If I take everything and I whip it and I mess it up, I won't be too happy lah, because you know I have to make a new one. All right? Yes. Yes. Minimum 2 hours. But if you are in a rush, I don't advocate this lah. And you stop the live. I can transfer it to a bigger surface container, so it cools down faster. Half an hour can. But I don't advocate lah, because I want to make sure the crystallization of my cocoa butter is done properly. Because that one you're playing a bit on chance. You might be able to make it, the next person might not. Because you will see, oh okay, this is what I want, the texture, it's cold enough, but I don't advocate it. I always advocate making it the day before. That way you get the same result all the time. Okay, some more. Yes. Can you keep for how long? If there's no major fluctuations inside your chiller, maybe 5 to 7 days can, no problem. No major fluctuations in your chiller, very important. Fluctuations mean you open your door, hot air goes inside, temperature go up. It's no longer 4 degrees. Sorry? Yes, that's what I always do. Make the day in advance. Yes. Because I want the crystallization to be perfect, yes. And also at the same time, it's good enough for me. Like I said, usually the whipped ganache is for people who have shops or whatever, because they need it daily. That's why. It's a good mise en place to have. That's why, yeah. But have everybody tried this or not? No? Finish. For those who haven't tried, I have 4. Can try. So besides that, if there's nothing more, I thank you very much. Yes. Of course, but the formulation is not exact, but the style is the same. Yeah. Yes, we okay, so again, let me clarify. Valrhona has this thing called essentials. You just Google for essentials Valrhona. Then what we will have is like a chart of how much for each formulation. Just follow. Anything else? Going once? Going twice? Oh yes. Oh, okay. Alright. For me, let's just into 2 je lah. 3 lah actually. 1 is non-dairy. No cow. Palm oil. When you whip, it look like shaving cream. No, really. Very white, and it will never split. But
The taste very waxy lah. Okay, so we settle with the non-dairy, yeah. Okay, non-dairy we put aside. Okay, now there's this thing called blended cream. Means some part of it is non-dairy, some part of it is dairy. They do sell downstairs. I think it's called, they have. It's slightly cheaper than your whipping cream. It's predominantly non-dairy, but it has some dairy inside, so it's like in between. It's in between. It tastes okay lah, not super waxy. Okay. Put aside. Now we have cooking cream, 16% fat and below. Okay, it will write there, cooking cream. This one, if you whip, in Alaska also, it still won't whip up. Fat not enough. Alright, cooking cream for cooking, means for pouring. We put aside. Now we have whipping cream, 35% and above. Between 35, depending on the manufacturer, 35.3, 35.5. That one. This one you can whip. It will label as whipping cream, and it will always label how much fat it has inside. Okay? We clear? Put aside. We have this thing called double cream. This one is usually, again, it's a very Anglo-Saxon thing. Non-English speaking countries use it. It's very thick. There's not many brands now that does it. Bula, you know Bula, they do it. It's very thick. You can whip it, but it'll split very quickly because the fat percentage is very high. And put aside, we have clotted cream. Very, very thick cream. Not really cream anymore. It's like a spread now for scones. Generally, these are cream. Alright? But different country, different regulation. Japan has a different regulation, America has a different regulation, but this is here lah. Heavy cream and whipping cream is usually the same thing. If they say double cream, means it's not. It's just like people say ground almond, almond powder, powdered almond is usually the same thing lah. Ground is a very American thing. Ground ginger, ginger powder. Americans. I know. But to be safe, it's a good question. To be safe, just look at the fat percentage. Anything you want to whip, 35% above, can whip. Okay, yes? Any tips for whipping cream in our hot weather? Don't whip in hot weather. Yes, okay, so if that's the case, sometimes, I don't advocate this so much. If you want to bring it outside, you can mix 1 part of non-dairy cream, 2/3 whipping cream, it will tahan sikit lah. Okay, means you take the non-dairy, dairy, 1/3 is non-dairy, 2/3 is dairy, you can whip it, it usually tahan sikit lah. No. Okay, so when you say over whipping cream means when you whip the whisk, you take like this, you turn the bowl, tak jatuh. Dah over whip lah tu. That's good. That's good. If it moves like slowly, if it very fast, don't do that lah. It will. Correct. You don't want to make the egg too compact. It will split. But any chocolate question? Because chocolate guy? Chocolate question? You know? Whipping cream, I don't represent Olivia anymore. I represent this one. Anything else? No? Yes? This is a very educated question. Trialos. Yes, you can use for baking, no problem. Not so much, no. Only, but Trehalose is quite expensive lah. Yeah. So I would usually, if it's for health purposes, maybe we start with the ratio of 1/3, 2/3 first. then work up to half and half and see what works well for you in the end result. Because I don't know your formulation, so I would try with that usually. Anything else? Yes? Sorry? Because mint and strawberry go well. That's why. Huh? I don't advise that, no. Because it will interfere with the fat, the structure. Because you have to whip it. So it might interfere with the structure of the whipping. So I have never done that, but there is a possibility of, but I cannot guarantee that. So I wouldn't do that. I would usually whip, because you have to understand, if you put something like that inside, right, that means you cannot call it a white chocolate with ganache anymore. It's already like strawberry with white chocolate with ganache. If you want to do anything else, it's already adulterated. Tak boleh. So it's better to have a separate thing which you can do other things with, rather than to have one particular thing that you cannot do anything else with. Yes? Okay, first of all, you shouldn't put tempered chocolate inside the fridge lah. Why? Okay, so when you say tempering, actually what it means is to make sure that the same quality stays or whatever shape that it is. That's what it means. So the process of tempering can be a few. It can be tabling, it can be seeding, it can be microwave or whatever that I showed earlier on also. If you want to make sure that the same texture of chocolate maintains in your bubble rice, then I would advise to always temper it lah. But if, huh? Easiest way to temper. Okay, there is not really an easy. No. Tempering is just basically changing shape with the same quality. That's all. So if you want, and if you like scared of, you're intimidated by the tempering style, what I advise, which I don't advocate too much, is just you take that amount, 10% of grapeseed oil, mix it, and then you fold. But you won't get the same texture of chocolate after. It's just gonna coat only, if that is your concern. Right? Answers your question? Anything else? Yes? Yes. Buttercream. Buttercream. White chocolate buttercream. Why white chocolate buttercream? Really? So you okay. No. This is a good question, but like, you think about it. If it's a buttercream, it means it's very high in fat already, right? Is it necessary to use white chocolate on it? I don't think so, personally. So for me, if you want to have a chocolate buttercream, there's no milk or dark. It's just chocolate buttercream lah. Because I don't make buttercream using the tempered chocolate, no. Because buttercream, there's a few styles to make it, from my knowledge. There's the French buttercream, which is the French buttercream is boil sugar and water. Take the sugar and the egg, whip it until butter bomb, put inside, soft butter, boom. French. Italian buttercream, sugar, water into a syrup, pour it on the whipped egg whites, inside the butter, Italian buttercream. Swiss buttercream, everything together, whip up, add the butter. And then German buttercream is actually pastry cream and butter mixed together. American buttercream, butter and icing sugar. All have different texture. I don't think any is necessary to use tempered chocolate. You ask me buttercream question, ma. Yeah, but I'm not here to like I said. Yes, of course, it'd be nice that you use my chocolate for your buttercream, but there is no serious purpose for it. Tak perlu. Seikhlas hati saya. It's not really necessary, you know. You can use whipped ganache instead of buttercream. Correct. How much part of hazelnuts inside this? It's you can try it later. They can give you a taste. It's not super strong, no. It's just a hints of it. Yeah. Definitely not suitable. No, it has nuts inside. Definitely not suitable. Not advisable at all. There's a few. We have a few, but this is one of them. Yeah. We have an almond one, a vegan one. We have a janduja, which is a completely different product, but it's a chocolate as well. Hazelnut, yes, a lot of it. Very strong. This is guanaha. This is dark chocolate. We don't have janduja here. Okay, that's it. Yes, last one. Yes. Yeah, I can hear. I can see you. Is there an easier way to melt white chocolate? Faster. When you say fast, is how you melting now? Huh? Are you sure that's white chocolate or combined white? Combined white. Couverture, confirm. Means you dah terlalu panas. Terlalu panas. Means it's already seized. The milk powder will seize it. It'll become hard. Well, okay, so if you are scared of the microwave, I will use the double boiler. Why? Because steam is always at 100 degrees Celsius. That's what I will use. Microwave, you don't know, you cannot see. Sometimes it can burn, especially if the setting is high. Don't know. So, double boiler will be safe, but make sure to wipe the bowl. After you take, wipe the bowl. Because water droplets inside the chocolate, not a good thing. And with white chocolate, it cannot go beyond 48 degrees Celsius. Yeah? That's when it starts to seize. So that's why please use a double boiler. Anything else? Once? Twice? 3 times? Tutup. Thank you very much for your time. So please try the samplings if you want some more. If you have any questions in private, you can come and see me. If not, I think that's it from us. Anything from you?
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. Okay,
Thank you,
hari ni first event untuk tahun ni. So kita akan ada lagi next event. So kalau korang nak tahu bila dan brand apa, boleh follow page kita House of Ingredient. Kita akan bagi tahu kat situ lah. So thank you so much guys yang join hari ni. Thank you ya. So nak minta gambar ke? Tak payah. Dah ke? Dah. Okay dah. Okay guys, okay thank you semua yang dah tengok dah live kita orang. So korang kalau ada sebarang pertanyaan korang boleh DM kita orang untuk tanya harga ke apa, sebab sampai pukul 12 kita masih lagi ada harga promo dekat website kita hoibaking.com. So macam saya cakap tadi, kalau nak tahu the next event korang boleh follow kita punya page ni. Okay, so jangan macam biasa nak dapat gambaran dekat TikTok pun kita ada beg kuning. Okay, itu sahaja daripada saya Yana. Okay, bye jumpa lagi the next event insyaAllah.